Also making their Primetime MMA debuts from the PlayStation side of things, iGoat BP up against Stompy Collins. These guys are going to be fighting in light heavyweight. Not always a favored weight class of many, however, it does really sometimes separate the boys from the men in terms of the way that you have to manage your stamina in this one, Humble, and how heavy these gentlemen hit.
100%. This is going to be a banger of a fight, and I do have Rock Line call me back out. I shouldn't have said anything right there, but I did. But yeah, light heavyweight is interesting. I feel like there's such a difference between middleweight and light heavyweight. It's almost like a different game almost. If you're not very good at like patient fighting, if you're not very good at finding that shot, finding that counter fight on the back foot, etc., it's really hard for people to adjust to fighting at light heavyweight. So this is going to be an interesting fight as we go forward.
Yes, looks like we're getting a short stumpy acrobat calf out of Stompy Collins. He looks like he may be on the smaller end of the light heavyweights, and then across from him looks to be Israel Adesanya from the side of iGoat BP. Wonder if he's actually going to go with the calf pick. They seem to be getting a little bit more popular recently. They're Humble. I've never really got into using them myself. Do you mess with them at all? You know, personally?
Yeah, I did like a bit of a breakdown on some of the calves, and the issue with the calves is they're always really good in one area. So like some calves have ridiculously OP moves, like the Bruce Lee spinning kick to the face,
okay.
The crane kicks. Some of them have really high end boxing, like the powerhouse and different things like that. So they're really good in certain areas. The balanced calves, there's no kind of point in using them because unless you fight another balanced calf. But the issue is the health, the takedown defense, etc. And that's where you've got to use them skills as a fighter and take them down or utilize their weaknesses. But it looks like we're gonna have a striking match right now, and this is gonna be very, very interesting. I do favor Adesanya. It depends on how Collins is going to use his calf though.
Yeah, he a lot of head movement to start him out. You know, maybe just trying to get in his opponent's head, trying to get him to throw something big. Those head movements, they can either set you up for massive success very early, or they can set you, face down on the canvas very quickly, brother. And he has to be careful, especially with the kicking range of Adesanya, not to weave into one of those big head kicks.
100%. And Ben in the chat, I was wondering where you were, Saint Man. I thought you were going to be coming on commentary, but welcome to Primetime. This has been a great fight so far. Very distance control fight so far, Cyrus. They're looking for the right range. The both of them are kind of struggling. I'd like to see some feints from both guys, get a reaction, and then kind of fire at the moment. But a lot of missed opportunities.
Yeah. I mean, so far, I like what iGoat is doing. He's staying relatively composed. That was a big missed lead body kick that he went for there, but everything else has seemed to be pretty much on the button. Collins getting a little bit of taunting going there. We in the shorter fighter here, you've got to imagine that maybe pressing forward, taking away the kicking range of iGoat is going to be a smart plan for him if he can continue to keep his hands going.
Yeah, in real life, in simulation, moving that head, the Tyson-style head movement, to get inside is a very good idea. Obviously, the leg kicks then open up, the body work can open up for iGoat. But that's exactly why you do it, the head movement, that's exactly it. So if anyone's going for that head, you can catch him with a high vulnerability move. He's doing a good job at the moment of not wasting too much stamina doing it, so he looks like he's kind of mastered it. But I'd like to see him kind of press the action and get into iGoat's face.
Yeah, I mean, he's having a lot of success with it. That's a big head kick of his own. I have to say, the biggest moment, of course, was that duck that he had on the head kick a moment ago. That was absolutely massive. If he's able to continue to repeat that, it just makes, your opponent, iGoat, going to be a lot more hesitant to throw those head kicks or even the body kicks going forward, although a big check from the man.
Yeah, huge check right there, and I'm sure it is. He's got a really high, I don't know if he's got the steel checks, but beautiful work from checking that kick, and that's going to make him worry. I wonder if he's going to throw more leg kicks. He goes to the body right now. These guys are getting tested, said Bane in the chat. Oh, crane kick, I didn't know you had that. That's what I mean about the calves. Some of these calves have really top-end moves, and, they can throw them when you're not expecting it. 4 minutes into a round and you get caught with a high vulnerability move.
Yeah, I believe he went acrobat, the acrobat calf, kickboxer acrobat. So I think he's going to have a lot of deceptive kicks in his arsenal should he decide to go with them. But he does seem to be taking a lot more of a head movement, boxing sort of approach, which has played out well for him up until this sort of moment where he got a little bit gassed and almost ended up with a head kick coming right his way.
Yeah, the acrobat calf's really good because it does have the Bruce Lee spin kick to the face, as the crane kicks, etc., as the axe kick. But at the same time, the stamina's not the best, so you've got to be careful of using these type of techniques. Because if you use them, you can see the stamina be really low. That can happen right there.
Yeah, iGoat taking full advantage of his opponent. gassing himself out with those big kicks a moment ago. Attack to the body to close out the first round, and that was an interesting one, man. But very, very back and forth from both guys. Interesting approach, I have to say, from Collins over there. Stompy Collins did a great job to start it out with the head movement, but like you mentioned with the stamina, that may be coming back to bite him in the butt a little bit with the body kicks and so on being set up beautifully from Igoat.
Yeah, you've got to be careful. You've got to throw them. I like to throw them kicks. I like to throw them sort of high vulnerability kicks when I've countered my opponent already, when I've lunged my opponent, when I've sidestepped something, etc. I don't like to lead with them. If you lead with them, you're kind of hitting and hoping. Whereas if you do kind of get out of the way of something that you know it's kind of going to land, unless the other opponent's not going to be able to fire back, they're going to have to move, and that's kind of what he's doing at the moment. So it's just finding that. But it's been a great fight so far. The head movement's very interesting for Collins. I'm wondering if Igoat's got some sort of answer for that at the moment, but it looks like Stompy Collins is doing a fantastic job and kind of taking the lead of the point at the moment.
He definitely has been. That leg attack was beautiful from Igoat, but just intelligently so, Stompy Collins going for the takedown. We're going to have to see if he's able to secure the position. Not today. Igoat not wasting any time getting back to the feet, and I think he needs to get active, my man, against Stompy, because Stompy's doing such a good job of just maybe dancing him to sleep on the outside with the head movement and the attacks from, with the kicks. He's been really, really good with it. So maybe Goat has to get some of those feints going, pump some of those hooks in just to maybe counter some of that head movement that Stompy's been using thus far in the fight.
It's very difficult with it is Israel. Oh, wow. Nice shot right there. He's got him against the fence, punches him. Can he do some more damage right now? Hits him with a hook. And we're struggling right now because he's just giving the space back, Cyrus, and that's kind of where, Israel kind of fights at that space. At the same time, you can't let him off, but I'd like to see him do some more leg work. As I say that, he punishes that leg again, and now he's got him pinned against that fence. Is he going to be able to start testing that stamina, the head health? Big body kick right there, Cyrus.
Yeah, I think that the man just, especially when he gets his opponent, he may be looking for the big flashy finish, and he needs to keep it simple, in my opinion. Go back to those fundamentals, especially when his opponent is rocked, to put together a 3 or 4 piece combination to, beat his opponent down to the canvas, because Stompy's doing a very, very good job of just keeping his hands high in those particular moments and, making sure to mitigate enough of that damage to at least stop that forward momentum that Goat has managed to accumulate when he's got him rocked.
Nice work right there. And someone I look to, who does that, is like a Young Po, an Easy Ease, an Ed Parker type of character who just picks away at you, chips away, makes you have no hope left of your head health, your block health, your body health, etc. to come back into the fight. They don't overexert themselves, but at the same time they constantly just lovely work.
Yeah, finally got the switch out of him, but then goes to the head after another little neat oblique kick to the leg, spins to the head. Did the job for a moment, but Stompy's not out this fight, man. He's firing back with the bombs, been attacking the legs himself as well. So with the third round potentially in this fight there,
nice,
a lot of time for him to get some work, especially with the damage he's been able to accumulate so far, my man.
He catches him with a head kick. Is he going to try and finish him? Stompy comes forward, but he's very, very vulnerable right there. What is going to happen right now? Israel Adesanya is taking his time, but he's definitely taking over in this round. Can Stompy come back and try and get some offense? It doesn't look like it, Cyrus.
Yeah, firing on the inside, man. That was a high vulnerability uppercut that he landed as well. Surprised the damage wasn't a little bit more for it, but no, that was a great second round. These guys both bring in the action tonight. They're humble. We've got going into the third and final, and with both guys having big moments of success, it really is anybody's game. Who can attack that leg, early enough? Who can maybe go back up top with all of the downstairs damage they've done? That's now, of course, going to set up some of these head kicks as well, right?
Yeah, 100%. But the other thing we have to consider as well is the head movement from I can't remember his name. I've lost his name in my head.
Stompy Collins?
Yes, Collins. There's the head movement from Collins he was doing earlier. He had high stamina, so when he was doing that, it was kind of working for him. Now he does it, he's going to even be more vulnerable, so a body shot, etc. will end up dropping him or hurting him. So he's got to really rely on movement and kind of doing different stuff, which we haven't seen from him yet. So at the moment, Adesanya, for me, is in the driver's seat.
He really, really is. He's attacking that leg earlier, though, Stompy is, which has been a good job. Obviously, Adesanya did not like it, answered back with one of his own, forcing that switch early out of Collins, but the checks are on point, Humble.
Lovely work. Oh, he catches him in the oblique and he goes for the spinning round kick to the face. Goes for another kick. Needs to set that up better. I go now. Can he do it? Nice push kick to the body. Gets him back to the fence. Another check to the leg. And Collins at the moment he's on thin ice.
Yeah, no, he is. But I was just noticing that his actual head health and body health still looks really, really high considering the amount of times he's been rocked and put down. I'm not sure if the statistic is pretty high in that regard for the acrobat, but yeah, no, this guy is obviously durable. The stamina a little bit worse for wear if he continues to get picked at like this. Goat may be able to close the show, but the takedown once again keeps him in the fight for that little bit longer, bro. For that little bit longer.
Triangle attempt from Israel Adesanya, and this guy's panicking right now. He's going for the punch. He does get some offense off right there, but this is neck and neck as we move forward, and Igo is trying to track that bar right now. He's going to chase it again. He goes to the left. He goes to the right. Can he keep away from it? It doesn't look like he can, or he does. He gets a bit of success there, Cyrus. He looks like he's going to get out.
Yeah, he does. Manages to escape, obviously slicing across now into the side control position. His stamina is very, very low, so the easy get up from Israel Adesanya, and this man's going to be feeling like he's got all the momentum in the world as he sits him down again with a beautiful spin to the head, brother.
Is this it? Oh, he goes to the head, punch, and there we go. Brandon Pound finishes him. What a performance right there. Great fight and a great finish.
Yes, sir. Bringing all the action. Both gentlemen, Stompy Collins, Igoat BP, putting on one hell of a debut performance from both guys. They both brought the action. They both had massive moments of success, and respect to both of them for putting on one hell of a show. But Igoat getting the job done this evening, brother, and walking away with a big, big W.
100%. There's a lot to learn from that from both guys, right? They can look back at this fight and look at the mistakes they've made, listen to the commentary, listen to other people in the chat as well with the advice. You can talk to anybody in this community. It's all about growing, and I think both guys had success throughout the fight, and both guys could make little adjustments and potentially win that fight either way again. So great work, great performance from Igo, and I'm looking forward to seeing him back next time in prime time.
Yeah, definitely, man. Impressive all around. Same with Stompy Collins. He came out with an unorthodox approach to it, did some great work with the head movement and so on. Didn't go his way this evening, but you know, the guy showed some prospect in his own as well. So yeah, interesting to see where they both go from here, brother. But that does now take us